In today's video, we have a lot to talk about, from searching for items, from customization, experience from previous games to make maps more fun, and also the card system. We have a lot to talk about in this video. I'm ready. So make sure to hit that subscribe so you don't miss any Killer Klowns video. I have a huge playlist, so if there's something that you think I missed, make sure to check out the playlist. Also, big shout outs to 3 Dads for getting this gameplay and interview they got from Ilphonic.
I got some snacks. Yes, I see.
First thing we have to mention is that the throwable items are a thing in this game. As you can see, you could throw them any direction and it will alert the clowns. If you played Dead by Daylight, it's kind of like the same thing. When you throw a pebble, it alerts the killers. But I'm pretty sure you can even throw a cheeseburger that you see in this gameplay. That what happens if you eat a cheeseburger, you get that health boost. We will be talking about more about the card system in a bit, but the next thing we need to talk about is customization. Now, the customization is a big part of the game they talked about, but they weren't willing to give you enough information about it. But they did talk about how the humans on the female side are going to have pigtails, which is very 80s, so it makes sense to have something like that. They also did mention that Shorty has probably the best customization ever.
I think Shorty.
Yeah, Shorty's.
I like Jumbo the most, but like Shorty's just my favorite. He's just the most. He's quick. He's fun.
A customized Shorty is my jam for sure.
Customization. I guess going back to your other questions. Another thing we haven't talked about much that's going to be a fun addition when people get their hands on it. So.
Just the Monster Factory.
Now, I'm gonna let them talk about their experience from previous games while also showing the gameplay, so just check it out for yourself.
What are some of those other levels coming up? Can you not share?
So we have Hillside, which is announced, and then we have a few other maps that are not announced that definitely have. Each one has a completely different style. Like we've really learned over the past few games. Like you have to make the map not only visually look different, but it has to really play differently. And yeah, what we did with Ghostbusters was each map had its own flavor. So that's what we're doing with these, and just moving forward. Can't do forests and jungles only. You have to do major things, or else it's like, oh, this feels like, sure, there's X maps, but it feels like only one. So okay, that's not. Yeah, so we're banging people over the head with like, each map is different, feels different, plays different.
One thing I did catch on with this gameplay that I haven't seen anybody talked about is that if you look at the stamina bar for the human, he runs out, but then it turns to red. I'm not sure what that means because it looks like to be infinite stamina, which I know it's not the case. But if anybody has any theory of why this happens, or if anybody played the game, let me know in the comment section below. If you take a look at the gameplay as well, we finally see some gun gameplay. And yeah, 2 shots, Shorty is down. So far, I haven't seen that many clown gameplay where they find a counter to this, because if somebody's a crack shot, you're pretty much done for. Now, I do believe that it's going to be hard to get guns, but we'll see. So far from the gameplays I've seen from PAX East, it seems like there's always 1 or 2 people with guns, and we'll see how that plays out. Because if it comes to a point where like everybody just has guns and they're just 2-shotting every clown, that's going to be a big problem. Because as well, you see right here, they rescue their teammates from having a knife. I believe you need to have some type of sharp object. You just can't go up to a cocoon and rescue somebody. I could be wrong. Again, we are very limited with the gameplay that we have, but that's what my theory is, that you need a sharp item to get somebody out.
All right, sounds very intriguing.
The next thing we're going to talk about is the card system. Now, the card system, it seems like the devs at Ilphonic are very proud about this because it's very different. And I can't really think of another game that did something like this, where once you're down or dead, you play something to keep you occupied. Because we can all agree games in the past, just waiting and being down or being hooked and doing nothing is one of the most boring things ever. So why should you play the mini games? Well, in the mini games, you get cards. So whatever card you get from the mini games, you can either keep it for yourself or your teammate.
It belongs to me.
They talk about how a crucial card came in clutch and saved them.
So now when you're dead, you could be doing that to give yourself stuff in hopes that someone revives you, or you can give it away like Guardian Angel. And we've had like multiple just amazing moments where I'm like the last guy and I'm freaking out because I've got 2 clowns and I hear someone with a clown dog like barking, like chasing me, and I'm like throwing every baseball I can to get it to go a different direction and everything I'm doing. And then I get this ping and I get a key. I'm like, oh my God, that's all I needed. And I just run to the bridge and get myself out. And it's like, that was one of those big, you know, it's like the battle royale style, like, we fucking did it, you know. There are people that can do it a lot, but then there are people that get it like once a month and it's like, okay, let's try it again. Let's chase that rabbit.
Now, I know I talk about how much I love Friday 13, and I know you guys do. Listen to what the dev said, and this reminds me so much of Friday 13.
I've literally gone and lucked out, found all the pieces, threw a flare on the beach to let everyone know that there's a boat there, and I waited for all the people to run, and then I just drove off. And
I do like how they talked about that, how it's very important to choose your weapons wisely, how you can use an axe, right? Do you use it on a clown? Or do you use it for the bridge to escape?
Like the humans are very much, it's dictated by what you encounter in the game. Like you run into a boat and you're like, oh, I need to go find these things now. Or you find the things for the boat and now you need to go find the boat. But that's also a dangerous thing when you don't have a melee weapon because you're going to one spot to hang out for a bit to install things. You need to make sure you're equipped because there is a very big, like, I need to kind of stay down until I find the things that make me feel safe.
Because you think about it, right? You're using your axe at the bridge to escape, but it's also alerting the clowns. So let's say, for instance, you use it at the bridge and you use up all your swings and now the clown appears. What do you have? You have nothing. You're pretty much gonna die.
And then I hid in the garbage can, and then I realized you make me play a mini game where they're gonna find me in the garbage can. So kudos on that. I thought I just hide there, and then I'm like, no.
The thing they did talk about is the fear system, and that's something I haven't heard of. So I'm gonna let the clip play and let me know what you guys think.
That's awesome. I really want, the one thing that didn't get in that I'm really bummed about is I wanted the fear system to get like so bad that you got like a little spider crawling across. You know? And exactly, because most people that are afraid of clowns have arachnophobia as well. And that would have been the perfect thing where at least one person would have smashed their
Or like the TV turns off.
So yeah, it's very interesting. It's like kind of like in Texas Chainsaw Massacre when you're the last one survive, you start losing blood faster. And it makes sense, you know, but it's going to be crazy because you think about it, you're the last one, right? And you have like, what, 2 teammates that are still around? They're going to be giving you cards.
More. I need more.
It's going to be very fun with your friends because you're going to be like, oh my God, I need something to get out of this. And they're like, okay, I'm working on it. My biggest question is that, can you pick which cards, like as in perks in like in DBD? Like, do I get to pick which cards are my favorites or is it randomized?
That's a good question.
Because we do know they're going to add perks, right? They have to. It was in Friday the 13th, and I believe in Ghostbusters, there is perks and Predator. It's just they haven't given us much info about that. What do you guys think about all this information? The card system seems to be like what they're really proud of, and I can see why. It offers so much diversity, and it offers so much what you can do once you die. Let's all be honest. Somebody's going to die fast, and they're going to be like, well, I guess I'm out. They're like, no, wait, help us out. And they also did mention if you stay to do these mini games, you get a ton of XP. So it's like encouraging them to stay and help your teammate out.
We're supposed to be a unit.
Sigma unit.
What's the progression system like? Like, what's, you know, aside from the fun factor, what's going to keep people like coming back?
We haven't announced or kind of talked progression at all, but there will be progression, and we've used once again all of our learnings from our previous games when it comes to meta. Great.
Tell me!
Very interesting to me that the card system might be so different that it might even intrigue others to come try out the game. I know a lot of people are very skeptical because like how every ASIM game that comes out, they just die. Speaking of a game that could possibly die because we don't know much about it, have you heard of Marvel Rivals? Well, I talked about how they accidentally leaked a new character by accident. So yeah, make sure to check out that video at the end. You might be surprised who it is.
I'll check it out.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to drop a thumbs up. My name is Jay, and thanks for being you.